Hi, I'm Georgiana,
And I'm Christina.
and today we're sharing some afterthoughts about Athens.
We've been here for a week. We thought we should share our thoughts about Athens and our trip and everything we saw and we did together during this week. So, what was your opinion about it, Georgiana?
Well, it was very, very hot at some days, and when we wanted to visit ancient stuff, is it how you call it?
Yeah.
Monuments, whatever, go sightseeing. It got really, really exhausting. Climbing up to Acropolis was tough. I remember all the sweat coming down our faces.
Yeah, plus when we got close to it, it was really, really crowded and there were a bunch of steps and they were covered in rocks, but the rocks were really slippery and you could see down the mountain basically, and you had to be really, really, really careful. And we were trying to also kind of film, and yeah, it was kind of like an extreme sport, honestly. Yeah.
I kind of slept around 5 times.
Yes, I was so scared that she would die on me. Like I was like, okay, can you please stop doing this?
Because I was filming and I was holding my gimbal and I wasn't looking down. I was trying to get the nice shots for the vlog. And I wasn't looking down and I wasn't very careful, to be fair. So yeah, I almost died.
Yeah, but when we got there, it was really nice. I'm really happy to see it. It was my first time seeing it. I really enjoyed learning about it, and it was really, really pretty.
You want to say about the blue?
What blue?
The blue, where we saw the blue sky, the blue sea from Acropolis.
Oh yeah, and then when I was looking down from up there, I could see the blue sky and also the sea really, really far away, and also the houses. And I was so excited because it looks so pretty. Because I never saw like mountains and the sea together, if that makes sense. And also I remember saying to Georgiana, I was like, oh, it makes so much sense why that specific color of blue is the color of Greece and why they also have it on their flag, because everything, like I look everywhere and that kind of blue is all I see, you know.
Yeah.
So it was wild for me to see. So I loved it.
Well, I'm really glad you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Another thing we've noticed is that it's not very tourist friendly. A lot of things are in Greek and the translations are terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really lucky to have Georgiana to translate for me. Some people were, I don't know, maybe they knew I was a tourist, but they still spoke Greek. And sometimes, so some things happened to us. They were like, people will stop us in the middle of the street and ask us for directions, and we were like, we don't know either. We're as clueless as you. So that was kind of funny. We were like, do we look like locals? Oh, another thing for me was like, I think Georgiana said it about the heat, because I almost fainted
Yeah.
3 times. I was like, God, please make it stop. And like I had to get inside somewhere to air conditioning as fast as possible. But another thing was like, I was so shocked about the driving. Like, I'm from Romania, I'm from Bucharest. Don't get me wrong, like people there drive like crazy, but nothing like I have seen here. We died so many times, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like one time, we were waiting at the cross, and it was red, but one car stopped, and we were like, should we go? What is this?
Yeah.
This time was kind of our fault, right? So we crossed because he was just standing there. When we stood there for a while, we were like, well, he's standing there, so let's just go. And then we went, and then a motorcycle was coming like from right next to him, and we almost died. We were almost ran over by that motorcycle. So I was like, that's cool. And
I mean, why did the car stop if it was green for them and red for us?
Exactly.
Why was he standing in the middle of the road?
Exactly, and I saw cars parked on the cross, road, whatever. I saw cars parked in the bus station. What else did I see? Oh, another thing. This time it really wasn't our fault. Like we were crossing the road again. It was green for a while now. It's not like it just changed or whatever. And this motorcycle again just comes and he sees us. We were almost like crossing the road, and then he just passes by. He doesn't even acknowledge us. And from the other side, from there, there's a car, and he trying to do a turn right, whatever. And then he saw us and he didn't acknowledge us at all. And I'm like, dude, it's green. What else can we do? Like, what else do you need? Can you just stop? Like, I was shocked. I was really shocked. Oh, and another thing that you have to, I was shocked by the fact that you have to tell the bus, like, if you're waiting for the bus in the bus
Oh yeah,
station,
you have to signal.
you have to wave at them, because otherwise they don't stop.
I mean, if nobody in the bus presses the button to stop,
Oh,
and they won't stop. They just want to skip.
yeah,
Arrive faster.
yeah. The driving is wild here. We almost died a bunch of times.
And even the translations of some places that are supposedly in English are not in English. So again, back to the point that it's not English friendly, let's say.
We really liked the Acropolis Museum that we went to. It was really pretty, and again, I enjoyed learning about the history and some of the statues and artifacts that we saw there. Some of them were they only had parts of the original ones, and they recreated them just so we can see how they used to look like. And that was fascinating to see.
It was my first time at the Acropolis Museum as well, because it's quite recent, and last time I was here I didn't get the chance to visit. I was really happy to see that it was free for students.
I paid 10 euros.
I really enjoyed the remains of the ancient South Athens. That's underneath the museum, and you can kind of go visit, because it gives you an image of how it used to look like for these people out here. And we also watched this film about Parthenon and how it became the way it is today, and it was very sad to see, because if people didn't interact with it, it would still be intact mostly. So it was kind of disappointing to see that humans kind of ruined it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's ancient, so of course things would have happened inevitably. So yeah, we had like a pass, and this is what we did for a whole day. We had a pass, and then we could see all the sites nearby, and then we saw, that was the first one, the Acropolis. Then we saw the place where the philosophers used to meet and discuss.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool, and we kind of like made this parallel, because they had like, we saw a place where it was like a stage, and they used to get on the stage and talk. Another thing, there was another museum there, and then we saw the fact that they used to vote which people they should kick out of the city. Yeah. It was kind of wild, and also like we kind of made a parallel with today, because listen, like the philosopher were kind of like the public figures of that day, and they just used to sit around and talk, and it was kind of like privileged.
Basically, the influencers of once in Athens. And another thing is about voting. It's like cancel culture. If they didn't like anybody, they just vote him out of the city, and they just had to leave.
Yeah, that was kind of fascinating, because even if it happened so many years ago, like you could see the human nature didn't change that much, if that makes sense. It's kind of the same in some ways to nowadays, but we just have different decorations.
Yeah.
So that's why I really like visiting stuff like this, and yeah, it really puts things into perspective. What else did we see that day? Oh, by the way, that day, that's all we did. and we started early in the morning, and we finished around 4, and we both got burned by the sun.
And we got sunburns.
That was great.
Yeah. And I wasn't expecting it because, we weren't like at the beach, we weren't fully exposed to the sun.
Yeah.
We were just walking around and it just ended up sunburned.
But yeah, I looked like a truck driver. Thank God that a few days after that we went to the beach and I got to cover them.
Oh, we ate so much that day too. We
Oh,
had
yeah.
breakfast, we had lunch, and we had dinner, and like food plates. Usually, when I'm on holidays, I would eat something at breakfast and then something for dinner because I like to walk in between and just gain the day. If that makes sense, and no breaks, just walking and seeing things. But that day, we also had lunch too, and it was really really late, and we had a reservation to go out at night. And
Yeah.
by the time we came home at night, we were ready to explode. Like,
I noticed that, well, I'm used to Romania and also
UK.
Where waiters are like doing everything to make sure that you're fine, that you have everything you need, wherever that you're comfortable. I noticed that here is a little bit different and it's more like they give you the menu, you choose, they bring it to you, and then you're kind of left to do your own thing. And maybe if you need something, you can just call them. But it was a little bit different, I guess. They don't really come and check on you as much. That's just an observation.
One thing I love about Greek restaurants or cafes, whatever, is that they bring you water right at the front. Like,
yeah.
you sit down and they will bring you water immediately. If they don't have tap water, they will bring you bottles. Yeah, you still have to pay for them sometimes. But it's nice because it's so warm outside. And when you just take a seat, you usually want to rest and refresh. So they see you and they just bring water right at the front without even asking you if you want one.
Yes, I was fascinated by that because we don't have in Romania, and especially because it's so hot here. Like the first thing that we did when we sat at the table was so good to finally drink some water. So yeah, I like that.
I think the Arab route is just like a different culture, and they don't have to like be nice because they get clients anyway. So the day we decided to visit the museum, we wanted to make a day out of it, the Acropolis Museum, and Christina wanted to dress up really really nicely for the pictures. So she wore this blue mini dress and the classic goddess crown with the leaves.
Yeah.
That reminds you of Greek goddesses. Yeah. So she was obviously a tourist. Like, you would see her and you wouldn't think she's a local, right?
Also, it was during the week. It was on a Tuesday or something.
Yeah.
At 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So
here it is us fully dressed on for the pictures, having makeup, hair done, in the middle of the city, walking around, and we went to take the underground, and these two ladies came up to me and they were like, do you know how to get there? And I was like, but I'm not from here. I've never been to this place before. I don't know how to help you. And then they said, what about your friend?
And I was out there. I already entered the subway. I already used my card or whatever, guys. So it didn't make sense to get out. So I was like there. I was like, I don't know.
I mean, dude, you were wearing a fucking tourist crown. Like, all the tourists
Where
wear
do you
them.
think I'm going, at work? Like,
Yeah, like,
yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, it didn't make sense to me. I was like shocked. I was like, I don't know, lady.
does she look local? I mean,
Plus, I think we might have sent them to the wrong place because, as we said, we're clueless. We didn't know either.
so basically they wanted to get to the beach, so they didn't even know how to get tickets. So I did help them to get tickets that they needed to travel around Athens. But I didn't know where they were going. So I tried to Google it for them. I'm trying to be nice and help people, whatever. And I did Google it, and I gave them my phone to take a picture of the directions they should take. And I told them take the A2 bus. And then I moved on with my day. I entered the subway and I was trying to like find my train to just go to my destination. And then they came behind me and I was like, and they were like, where we should go? And I'm like, did I tell them to take the bus? And like in the rush of the hour, without even thinking about it, I showed them the other line the other one, because there were two, the one we were supposed to take and the other one. So I just showed them the other one in the panic of the time, just like send them wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to them. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I got very confused at that moment. I don't know what happened to you, but if you're watching, please let me know that you're safe, please. Yeah.
But they were asking about a place where they should go to the beach. And we were struggling because we didn't know where to go to the beach. And guess what? We used their recommendation in a way the next day.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope they got there because we did. And by the way, with the dressing up, we went out on a night also.
Yeah.
And man, let me tell you, especially like because we were both dressed up.
Yeah.
But for myself, like I never felt more Eastern European in my life. Because we were at this bar that had the Athens view with the Acropolis behind and whatever. It was really, really nice.
Yeah, it was pretty, but
yeah. Well, we were wearing dresses and heels, and we had makeup on and stuff like that. And then you could see the other people there. They were like tourists also, but they were from other countries, and they were like,
hold on.
shut up!
I know, right?
Yeah, so we were really dressed up, and they were like wearing casual stuff. And we were like feeling really out of place, but
Well, I wasn't even wearing makeup, to be fair. I was just wearing a nice dress and just heels, and I still fell out of the place.
yeah.
Like, in my country, going out, it means going out. Like, you have to look nice. Even if you don't wear a nice dress or heels, you have to wear your best. Like, you have to look a certain way.
Yeah. Same.
At least the places I go, because I know other places that are very casual too. And even clubs. I know some clubs that are very, very casual. You can go with pants and just sweatpants and just...
Yeah, same in Romania, but I was like, oh, it's gonna be a terrace that has the view.
Yeah. And it was a bougie restaurant too. Like, the prices weren't cheap, so I thought maybe just like...
Yeah, I didn't like the food there, by the way. I was so sad. I was like eating and crying almost. I was like...
Man. That sucks. We should have ordered drinks and just forget the food.
I know. Oh
well. Greek McDonald's was a disappointment for me, at least.
It's not that different from the one in Romania. The Big Tasty, it's smaller. I was disappointed by that.
Yeah.
They have, like we have, some type of special fries, but it wasn't quite like the ones that we have. And I wasn't like a fan of it that much. But I got the Big Mac also, and that tasted the same. The Coke tasted the same. Oh yeah, and I wanted to try because Coke in UK tastes differently from the Coke in Romania. The one in UK, it doesn't have as much sugar, because I was in UK, then I got back to Romania, and then I tasted the Coke in Romania and was like, I got sugar rush. I was like, oh my god, I'm shocked. But the one in Greece is the same. So yeah.
Full of sugar?
Yeah.
Oh, I also gave her to try some Lux. It's a Greek brand for soft drinks. As she said, it tastes the same basically with
Fanta.
Coke. Yeah, with Fanta. Yeah.
Yeah, and what else did I do? You took me to the Greek McDonald's.
Oh, goodies! Yeah.
It was huge. I wasn't in a mood for a burger, so I got something like a sandwich with fries and stuff, and it was huge.
Oh my god. When we decide to film, everything just happens. Who is flying on top of us?
Nothing happened in the first few days, and now everything is
Yeah.
going on outside. Like,
Yeah.
what? I got something that looks like a sandwich with chicken and
Fries,
fries
yeah.
and sauce, and it was huge. The plate was huge. I couldn't finish it, and I tried my best.
And we're talking about a fast food chain, and their meals are like huge.
Yeah, but it was good. I liked it.
Yeah. I love their meat-free burger. It's just
Yeah.
another thing that shocked me is when we went to the beach and we couldn't find they first of all they have entrance, you have to pay a fee to enter the area of the beach. And I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
And then you still have to pay extra for your bed if you find beds. And
I was so pissed off.
yeah, and some areas you even have to pre-book your beds.
I got so angry. Like, she's the witness.
Yeah.
But like, I genuinely got angry because okay, so the day before that or something, we went to a free beach. Anyway, it was just normal. We just put our towel down. It is what it is. But for this one, they made us pay like how much?
It was 15 for both of us to enter, just enter.
Yeah. So they made us pay to enter, right? And then they had this area with bars, restaurants. You could do activities, stuff like that. Of course, you had to pay separately for those, whatever. But then they sell us the tickets to enter, and they're like, we ran out of beds, so basically we have nowhere to sit because there were no beds, and also the beds were all over the beach, so there were barely even places to sit on a towel.
Yeah.
And then we walked around the place and we saw a few
Empty beds.
beds, and then we asked people, can we sit here? They were like, I don't know, just go ask somebody else. And then they just send us all over the place until we didn't do anything. Finally we found an empty spot, and then we sat on the floor, and then
On the sound, yeah.
yeah, and then the guy who was supposed to help us the first time, there was this couple in front of us. Finally they left, and then we took their beds. We ran and we took those chairs and we stand on them. And then the guy immediately comes and he's like, did you pay for the beds? And I'm like, where were you when we needed your help? And then we paid for it, but he immediately left. I'm like, aren't you gonna ask us at least if we need an umbrella or if we need anything? If there was nothing, because the other people had tables, they had umbrellas, they had like nicer chairs, and they paid the same price as us, and we were just sitting on those shitty ass chairs, and he just left. And I was so angry because I was like, at least why aren't you asking me, why aren't you letting me enter if you don't have any more spaces? Like, at least don't just send me somewhere else, I'll find someplace else. But no, you just wanted the money, and then you just let me there. Where am I supposed to sit? In the sea?
I mean, we would have had more fun in the sea.
True.
Yeah. We wanted to try some fun water activities, but we didn't have the time.
True. We were, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe when I come to Romania.
I mean, not in the winter, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah. Maybe when you came to Cyprus then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we said everything that we wanted to say pretty much. We enjoyed it. Like, we had lots of fun. It was just a new experience, and with new experiences come, some whatever. Forget that. It was fun. It was like a new experience.
Yeah.
We really liked it. We enjoyed the fact that we got to see all these monuments.
And each other too, because it's been a while.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other in 2 years. I mean, in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I rated 9 out of 10. And that's only because I almost died a few times, and I almost died and fainted a few times. But aside from that, It was cool. I liked it. I will come here again.
I know. I think next time we should go to an island and just chill, because
Yeah.
I've done 2 holidays this summer where I had to. It was full of activities, and I feel exhausted. I feel like I didn't have time for myself. I didn't have time to just sit by the beach and read a book, in quiet, because I like quiet. And this summer has been really, really busy for me. So what I want next for my next holidays is just some peace and quiet. Honestly, far
Yeah.
away from everybody, just a private beach.
Yeah.
No children, no offense, but
Oh, yeah.
they yell.
I fell asleep one time at the first beach. It was such a nice experience. I was like,
Yeah.
just sitting on the ground and have the sun hit you and you just get to sleep. It was so nice.
Oh my god, at the second beach we went, these children were playing with a ball and they hit me like 3 times. So I want to rate it with an 8, which is a little bit lower than Christina, and I'm sorry. It's not, it's because of the weather as well, because, walking around in this heat is so exhausting. It feels like double the work.
Yeah.
If it was chilled and we were walking, it wouldn't be the same. It would be more easier to move around. It's just like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know. I just felt like we didn't have time to chill, even when we were at the beach. And I didn't like that because, that's what I basically want out of holidays, to get some rest.
Yeah, these were our Greece afterthoughts.
I had an idea.
What?
Instead of calling it afterthoughts, what if you call it afterthoughts? THOT. No?
No. Yeah.
Well, we're thinking about making this a series, afterthoughts after something happens. So let us know what you think.
Hope you guys liked it.
Tell us your thoughts if you ever visited Greece, how you liked it.
Yeah.
We're talking Athens now, right now, because we haven't been to any islands yet, and we will. I mean, I've been to two, but I mean together. Please let us know what's up.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.